What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit of a delay. I know for most of last year I was on basically weekly uploads. The last couple months have been a little bit crazy. Dealt with the vid thing. That was its own adventure. And then the last month I've actually been really wrapped up and really busy in the housing market, looking for a house, putting in offers, trying to find a new house that I want to live in. And it's been absolutely crazy. And if you clicked on this video, you'll probably realize it's going to be a little bit of an update, but I was totally wrong about my last video. If you guys caught that last video, I made one, it wasn't actually that previous video, but a few videos ago I basically explained how I thought that the difference between buying and selling in 2022. And little did I know at the beginning of the year, that was based off of my own experience selling earlier this year, and now that I'm back in on the buyer side, boy has that game changed. It's a wild market. So if you want to hear more, please stay tuned to this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Every like and subscribe and sharing the videos and all that stuff really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So thank you guys for tuning in. And with that, let's get into the video. So back in January, I sold a property that I flipped, and then I made a follow-up video kind of explaining, my thoughts and the difference, that I had at the time of buying and selling. Now that's totally changed. Now the markets have gotten even crazier, even hotter. In Denver, I've heard some crazy stories. So in Denver, I've recently heard, and I'm going to include some personal stories as well, of many places and it being very common for properties to go 100, 200,000 over list price, over asking, unlimited appraisal gaps, all kinds of crazy stuff. People really trying to get into homes and lock down those rates. Rates just went up last week, so it just creates this kind of frenzied environment where everybody's trying to get in a house, multiple offers, 20, 30 offers on every single house that's getting listed, and it really just becomes a little bit of a wild situation. So for the last month or so, I've been looking and trying to find houses that I wanted to put in offers on, wrote multiple offers, didn't get one accepted. Each one, like I said, wrote one that was 65 grand over asking. Really a wild market, and just again didn't get any of those accepted. So this video, I just wanted to kind of give an update, the difference between buying and selling. It is definitely harder at this point in time, as of March of 2022, to buy real estate, at least in the state of Colorado, than it is to sell. Right now, sellers have an easy time. That's why the title of this video is I Was Wrong. Right now, sellers are having a very easy time. If you own a property and you've got some equity in it, even if I've gone to showings where the property wasn't cleaned up and wasn't maintained very well, it doesn't matter right now. I mean, obviously in an ideal circumstance, you'd want it to be clean and presentable and ready to show, but the market is so hot right now, especially here in Colorado, that it doesn't matter. People are showing houses that look as is. People are buying houses. Investors are buying houses. The market is just very crazy right now. So, like I just mentioned, right now, in my opinion, it's very easy as a seller. Sellers that have a lot of equity, there's still not a lot of inventory. There's still not enough inventory for the amount of buyers that are coming into the market. So sellers are able to just list their property, list it as is, inspection, no inspection objections, no contingencies, cash offers. Really, the market here has really become wild. So as a buyer, it's so competitive that it's actually become more difficult to look for, sign, buy, get under contract, be an escrow for a property that you love, versus actually owning one and then selling it. Back from when I made that other video, that was my experience. And so when I made that other video, that was from my experience, and I had flipped that townhouse, and I was also even newer into real estate. So I got my license last year. I'm still within my first year of being a licensed agent. So when I flipped my own property, it was also not only a personal deal, but it was also my first real deal in real estate. So for me, there was a lot of added anxiety and pressure there, and I wanted to make the place look as good as possible, have showings be as great as possible. I baked cookies, all of that stuff, had water, sanitizer, just snacks around. Tried to make every guest that came through as comfortable as possible. Now, flip, to March of 2022, it's totally different. Every single house is getting multiple offers. and well above asking. So that kind of leaves people with, what do they do? Do they keep bidding on houses? Do they keep offering, their max budget and keep saving up to just cover appraisal gaps for properties that necessarily might not appraise for the value that they end up spending? Or do you do what I just decided to do with my girlfriend? We decided to sign on a new build. So for a long time, I was skeptical on new builds, but we did our research again, took a lot of time, spent a lot of time driving around, and just yesterday, a couple days ago, signed on a brand new build that's going to be done in August. So there'll be update videos on the channel about the house and everything. Super excited. We were able to get a place where we didn't have to compromise. Denver's a very competitive area. We wanted a yard, we wanted certain things, and in certain areas of Denver at certain price points, you'd have to make certain compromises. So we were super grateful, super lucky to find a new build actually by a home builder called Lennar that kind of just fit all of our specs. So we found a place that was available, and it'll actually be done in August. So after spending, 2 months, a month and a half, as basically as much free time and otherwise as I had, not really free time, really working hours, trying to find properties, driving to different parts of the state, putting in offers, not having offers get accepted because I was only willing to budge so much on that price, on that appraisal gap, because at that point, again, in my opinion, you're kind of covering a gap where the property's not going to appraise for that value, and you're just paying that to get into the property. And some people are totally okay with that, and that's a one strategy to get into homes. I heard of a crazy story where someone put in an offer $400,000 over asking, all cash, after there was already $100,000 over asking offer on the table. Really wild stuff in the market right now. So what I thought was best for me in the future and what I'm planning on doing is buying this new builder with my girlfriend. It's really sick. It's going to provide everything that we need, and it also comes with an unfinished basement, so that gives me chance to provide some equity into the property, to do some customization, to really build out the basement. So obviously the whole house build will be some videos, the basement build out will be some videos, but really in this video now, excuse me, voice just like cracked a little bit. In this video now, I really wanted to explain how in that last video I was maybe a little bit personally biased, and now after having been in the buyer's market for the start of 2022, it's definitely more challenging as of right now in the market as a buyer. Interest rates are going up, competition is crazy, prices are going up. It's really a whole flood of different factors, and I would definitely say it's harder on a buyer versus when you own a property already, you list it up for sale, you can put the extra effort to make it look, and make the improvements and get top dollar, make it look nice for showings and all of that, or you can just leave it as is, and the property, at least in this state, in Colorado, is still going to sell. So it's really interesting. I'm so happy and so grateful I was able to sign on a new build. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the housing market? What do you guys think of what's been happening over the last few months? If you guys have any questions, comments, please hit the comments in the video. I'd love to respond and just have a little bit of a back and forth and conversation with you guys, answer any questions. And again, much love. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, peace.
Everybody know the state line. On your way out, grab a coat or something. Everyone here know that the whole shit done. If you used to drop, watch a whole shit come. Ding dong, ping pong, I'm a hole in one. Man, I seen the dude shows on the